Hello everybody! Today we're going to be looking at a relatively simple way to create custom units in Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. This game has been out for quite a while, but I was not aware of this feature until just recently when I was told about it by one of my friends. So, I think it can create some of the coolest situations I've ever seen in one of these simulator games. Normally for these videos I have a script, but today I'm going to try just going in with nothing prepared and see how it goes. There might be a couple of random cuts as I redo a couple takes, but overall this is going to be unscripted and just fresh. The other thing is I know I haven't uploaded in a really long time. It's been about 2 months, but I'm trying to upload more frequently. The issue is, as I haven't had as many ideas for content, really, is the only issue. So I'm going to start this. These are a couple of units that I made here. They're nothing terribly interesting, just guys with machine guns, but in a game where the most advanced weapon is really a musket for the base game, I think it's an interesting addition. So if I start it here, you can see that they're treated just like normal units, where they'll fight each other and they shoot. I haven't given them too much health, and their guns do quite a bit of damage, so the game is over relatively quickly. But if I clear, I have all sorts of different things I've made. The names don't really make a whole lot of sense, but I kind of did whatever. You also can make a custom character unit, which is what I've done here, where I can take control of a character by hitting F. And then you get a very fun FPS style game, essentially, where you can create custom levels almost, and you can fight really anything you want. So as long as you just make sure that your characters like this, it really works. You just hit F and look at anybody. And I know this is a feature that's been in the game for quite a while, but I am relatively into this game. I played it when it was still in the very early access. I know it still technically is in early access, but back in 2018 and earlier was when I first started playing. Alright, so I am here in the main menu of the game. Now, to be able to make custom characters, you're going to want to go to this menu here and click Custom Content. When you do that, you're going to be brought to this screen. I don't have any custom battles or campaigns yet, but if I go to units, I've made quite a few. To make a new unit, you're just going to click the Make New Unit button. Then you have all sorts of crazy different things. So if I want to create, let's say a modern soldier, I could name him that, if I can spell. So modern soldier, you get all sorts of options. You can change the pitch of their voice. You can change what bass sound from the actual game it's using. If I were to take like a musketeer, you can hear what that sounds like. Click the play button. You select that. You can change the pitch. Maybe you make it really high pitched. You also then, if you want to use a weapon, a ranged weapon, excuse me. What I'd recommend doing is you need to go to movement type and click ranged unit. Pretty much all that does, from what I can tell, is they'll back away so they don't get charged by melee units, essentially. So if you want to create like an army that's smart enough to be able to back away when they're getting attacked, you just click ranged unit. If you want them to move forward, like if they have shotguns or something, then melee unit will still work, although they will get attacked and won't hold back quite as much. If you're making a healer, you'll want to use closest friend or most expensive friend or least health friend. I think those are what those are intended for, but otherwise, unless you want your troops to be shooting your own, the people on their own side, you're going to want to go to targeting type and keep that at enemy. For weapons, this is really nice. Both one-handed and two-handed are the different options. From what I can tell, if they have like a rifle or something that would realistically require two hands, it's really difficult for the units to control them if you go one-handed. So like if you go in here and you take, say, maybe like two miniguns, or here, yeah, two miniguns. When you actually go into game, it's going to be very difficult for them to control it. And then to remove weapons, you just click and then click remove. You also can change the color and all sorts of things in there as well. So let's say I take something like M16 automatic. I could give him two of these, one in each hand. The only issue is then it's going to be very difficult for him to aim at anything. So if I click two-handed, now he'll be able to aim with that. You also can give him like secondaries and stuff, or maybe you make him so he has an automatic weapon, and if they get too close, you give him a knife or something, which is nice. You also then can go clothes, you can give him kind of whatever. I've been sort of doing uniforms, where all the troops look relatively similar, and I'll make a different one for each side. So maybe you give him the hats or whatever. And then the other thing, all of the they're almost all like PUBG weapons and stuff. It's coming from Totally Accurate Battlegrounds, which is like the sister game to this one, where it's basically PUBG with the physics of this game. So you can give him, whatever costume you want. Give him a bear suit, I don't know. Stats, you can change all of these. If you change attack speed, they basically never stop fighting, essentially, or especially if you give them something for the base game. So if you give them a musket and turn this all the way up to like 15 or something, they'll just constantly be spraying. And I've also found that to be one of the best weapons in the game is if you give them a musket, and because it already has a lot of damage, you turn up the attack speed. Then when you go save, it will change the price depending on how much the game thinks the thing is worth. So if I go manual and auto, yeah, it goes to 260, which this is still a really good unit for being 260 because he has a machine gun in the game where most people have swords and stuff. So this guy is a great price, and you will be able to use them on some campaign levels, which is nice. You also then just save them, you go icon, take a cool little picture of him there, and you can have the picture be different even if you edit him. So if you give him a different weapon, you can still keep that same picture. And then going back to weapons, one more thing I forgot to add. If you add ability, you can give him every single ability from in the game, which is really nice. Maybe we say that he has spin to win. So that's an ability he has. So when he's attacking, he'll use that. And then you can have as many layers of clothes. So say you want to give something over the bear suit, you can go back in and give him like a vest or something. Let me find one here. There we go. That looks interesting. Can't say I love it, but it works great. So you can do multiple layers of the same body part. And then also stats, I already went over, but you can change the size, make him huge, make him tiny. You also, the base unit, the Halfling and Wobbler are essentially the same, the only difference being that the Halfling's proportions are a bit different, and a lot of the stuff doesn't fit him right. But you also go like Skeleton if you want to make a skeleton-looking character. Other than that, you also can do Rider if you want him to ride or be ridden by something. Other than that, that's pretty much everything. So although he doesn't look very much like a modern soldier, I'm going to go save. And if I go save unit, now don't stop watching here, because the other thing you need to do, you need to go into factions. I've already made 2. You click make faction. You'll then want to click the ones you want to be able to use. You click modern soldier, or whichever one, whatever you named it. Give it a name. I'll name this one Modern Army. You can change the color, the symbol, whatever you want. I'll change this to maybe, I don't know, a shell. That works. Click save, and they'll show up here. Now, if you want to actually be able to get into the game, and I'll show you these work on the campaign levels as well. If I go campaign, and I go, let's say, the adventure, you can go on any of these, and I've beaten all of these with cheating using this, because I thought it was very entertaining. You click more factions, then you click whichever one you just made, that'll get it in there. But if you want to use, say, the ones I already made, I can insert an image, or I can insert a unit, and as long as it's under the price, you can use it. So if you're going for Steam achievements, or you want to complete the game, this is a great way to do it if you don't have the tactical skill, or if you're like me and just want to shoot a lot of stuff, that also works. So you essentially can create a completely overpowered character with extreme ease, and unless you really crank up the stats, it'll almost always be under 500. And if you're looking for something, the other thing, I think I already mentioned this, but if you want to make something like, see, the modern soldier's already 530. If you want to give him essentially that exact same gun, give him a musket, and then just turn up the cooldown all the way, and it'll be essentially the same thing, because if I start this, he doesn't shoot quite as fast, but the damage per second is about the same. So yeah, basically the support for this channel has been amazing. I've had it for about 2 months and have been extremely inactive for most of that. We already have 30 subscribers, which is insane, considering I only know about 10 of the people subscribed, which I know isn't saying much. But we just hit 2,000 views on one of the videos, which is insane. So thank you to everybody who's done that, who's been watching these videos. And if you're still watching, thank you. I'm actually impressed because I've noticed that my viewer watching time is about 30%, which is relatively decent for as small as a channel that I am. But still, thanks for all the support. If you find yourself enjoying the content, please consider subscribing. I really appreciate it. According to my statistics, only about 7% of people watching are subscribed, and as I'm getting about 50 to 100 views per video, that's a small number of people. So if you are in that majority who isn't subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing, and have a great day. I'll try to upload more frequently than I have been. It's been a rough 2 months, but hopefully weekly content will be coming. Enjoy your day.